Okay. All right. I guess I'm live. It's Professor on Livestream and Helldivers. See how this goes. Let me check to see if it's working. I hope it's working. Okay, it is working. Okay, I checked on my phone. It's working. Okay, I mean, this is just gonna be I'm gonna play Helldivers while ranting about some bullshit real quick. So, I mean, it's not my opinion. It's gonna be my opinion on what's going on fucked up in the world. So I'm seeing a lot of like all these auditor people. Like there's this one guy. I'm not gonna just start flame war, but there's this one guy. I'll just go ahead and say his name, Cameron. And what's the name of his channel? Give the name of his channel. I'll maybe link it after the live stream. But anyway, this guy, he's all about, oh, we gotta just do his. He also helped this Hispanic guy. Um, he was driving with his own private plates, and there he's like, oh, I can just, we got to educate law enforcement on the bullshit they're doing. That is not right. And it's just like it's asinine to me because it's acting like from the point of view of like, oh, law enforcement just don't know no better. They don't know that um, it's you know it's that we have civil rights as people, and it's acting like, oh, they don't know we have civil rights. I'm gonna remove myself from the. I'm gonna turn off my camera because it doesn't. I don't really see. But it's acting from the point of view of like, oh, we have civil rights. We should educate law enforcement. That's like telling an antebellum Southern slave owner, hell, if you're a white guy, you're like, oh, don't talk about that because it's gonna piss me off because I don't want to think about that. You black guys always talk about slavery. Okay, let's make it where, for example, we'll make it a Mansa Munsai from history of the black slaver. Okay, we'll make it for you sensitive white guys. Okay, so let's say a slave owner, whether it's an African or wherever, it's you're gonna you're a slave to him, and you're gonna explain to him you have civil rights. I mean, he's gonna tan your hide with a whip and say get back to work, punk. So I mean, this whole educating law enforcement that we have civil rights is asinine to me. It's like telling a person that's gonna essay you. I'm not gonna say the word because YouTube's so sensitive. Well, I know in that word they're real sensitive. So like a person's gonna essay you and bend you over, you're gonna explain to them, oh, uh, I'm going to, I'm going to explain to them, and they're going to just stop. Like, give me a break, man. It's the most asinine thing I've ever heard. But people believe this stuff. They believe that you can just talk to law enforcement and you get them to come around to your point of view. And then it's just another thing about, and then I just met a guy in Helldivers talking about he did 10 years in the Army. And the whole thing of pushing the whole Transformer stuff and pushing the whole FAG stuff, GAY stuff. It's like, oh, it's getting out of hand with the. I saw right before I got out, active Army. They're pushing us that you gotta address a person. You gotta address a person who wants to be a female, but they're born a male, and vice versa. I said, are you out of your goddamn mind? But and then I had an acquaintance recently. He's like, oh, we're born female. We're all born female, which is actually a misunderstanding because our genome is already set at conception because you either have a male sperm or a female sperm, either X for female and Y for male. Yes, the Y chromosome is called the sex reversal chromosome, but these woke retards try to talk about, oh, we're all female verse because you don't develop a penis till like the second trimester. And like that's asinine argument because our genotype is hardwired. It's already decided when you're conceived. But you can't tell a retard if they want to believe. You go believe what you want to believe, you silly motherfuckers. If you want to go fuck a man dressed as a woman, go right on ahead. I'm not gonna stop your ass. And then I bet soon they're gonna let messing with prepubescent kids. That's gonna be cool, or of course gonna be legalized here soon too. But I don't care. I don't plan. I'm I adhere to the principles of the original MGTOW movement. Now it's gotten all. You had the GAYs try to take it over. You tried feminists try to co-opt it. You've had mainstream weirdos try to co-opt it. I really threw my hands up with the MGTOW movement when a mainstream news story featured a guy in a cheerleading outfit, a female cheerleading outfit, talking about he's MGTOW. So I kind of threw my hands up with that. I saw the GAYs try to co-opt the movement, and this is going to piss off a lot of white people, but I would always view that homosexuality is European culture. I mean, you had the ancient Greeks, city-states, you had the ancient Roman Empire. They were all into that all the way. So you had Roman emperors that were 100% only into men, only got married for ceremonial purposes. So, I mean, it's just part of that culture. I mean, go back and look at, now Africa's all messed up, of course, but if you go back and look at ancient Egypt and African, and ancient Egypt history is African history. But you go back and look up ancient African from the north to the south. I, I I dare you to find authentic proof that there was homosexuality back then. So I mean, it's just asinine. I mean, the fact that these people believe this stuff, it just blows my mind. And I mean, just the whole thing of government. I mean, the banks run the government. The government's basically a puppet show. But it's like the people act like you can just reform this corrupt government we're under, and we're going to get some type of change here. I mean, the same thing with the guy. Yeah, I follow the guy, Delete Laws, Chili de Castro. Like, I follow him, but I just look at it as like a circus clown show. The guy is literally just trying to cuss out cops and talk about the law, the surface level bullshit about the law, about, oh, plead the Fifth Amendment. I mean, that's all good advice living in this corrupt world, but where he's going to try to overturn the Terry versus Ohio, giving the police too much authority stuff from the 60s when they, because they were going after the Black Panthers at the time. So, I mean, that is never going to happen. And good luck, Mr. DeCastro, running for office, and you're not down with the secret societies. Good luck with that. You're just a random Hispanic guy. You're not going to get very fucking far. So I'm playing the defense mission in Helldivers. I basically, my weapons are basically just going to run the adjudicator, rifle, grenade pistol, and the thermite. When I might change my pistol out, but
Start initiiert.
But that's the whole thing. I mean, and this game is a parody of government because it's based on Starship Troopers. Over top patriotism, all that stuff is in the game. But it just blows my mind that um, people can actually believe you can reform a corrupt government like America, etc., UK, America, whatever, which are especially the first world governments, supposedly called first world governments. You're going to somehow reform a system that's been corrupt for this long.
Verteidigen Sie die Demokratie jeden Preis. Geschütz kommt. Geschütz kommt. Waffenstellung trifft ein.
Setze SOS-Marke ein.
Ausrüstungspaket unterwegs.
It just blows my mind. I mean, it just, I saw the corruption in the army. I saw the corruption get out here. So I mean,
Wie schmeckt euch die Freiheit? Verbündeter Zerstörer nun im Geschwader. Helldiver trifft
yes,
ein.
I had my game on German mode. I live in people. If people don't know me, I lived in Germany as a kid. I have it on French mode. I speak a little French. I had it on French mode one time.
Verbündeter Zerstörer nun im Geschwader. Helldiver-Einsatz im Kampfgebiet. Kommt nur! Nehmt das!
Wir benötigen ein Geschütz.
Verbündeter Zerstörer nun im Geschwader. Helldiver trifft ein. Kostet ein wenig Demokratie.
Ich bin gefangen. Bitte Geschütz. Freiheit.
Für den Wohlstand. Kommt nur! Nehmt das!
Mortars making short work of them, but they can friendly fire if you're not careful. Yeah, they just came out with the squids 2 months ago. Everyone had stopped playing. Me and my friend, I was in the army. We got frustrated with the game over summer last year, and we stopped playing it for a while. Then it came back by late fall last year, 2024. We could jump back on. Now he's falling off again. Maybe he's bored of the game again, and I think he has bad internet where he lives. But I mean, then a friend I met through him, we played just a couple hours ago. But the squids are interesting. The squid aliens are interesting, but the bugs are, they're just that standard enemy. That total reference to Starship Troopers. If you remember that series. The squids, what it's annoying about them, they only have 5 enemy types right now: voteless zombies, citizens that were made into squid zombies, and then they have the overseer squids, which are the big, they're genetically engineered cybernetic squid aliens that beat you to death with batons, or some of them fly. And so, that is very annoying. And then they have the walkers, which are very annoying. They have a powerful blue laser cannon and electrical blast in close range, and they're very annoying. You have to bust the shield, then you have to take them out, and they only have a few weak spots in their joints, and they can take a lot of damage. Very annoying. At least the bugs don't have guns. They only have vomit and bile. So the bugs are still no joke. And then you have the bots, which are basically cyborgs. They're kidnapped human brains and cybernetic bodies, similar to something out of Terminator. And they are tough as well. They love their laser guns and their attack ships.
Fordere Befestigungen an!
Bitte geschützt! Wir benötigen ein Geschütz!
Kicking their ass, man. The bugs stand no fucking chance. Now, this is way harder with squids. They have all the jetpack dudes that fly in, really wreck your shit. And I hear that for the first 1 year anniversary of this game, they're coming out with a new, I think, the more enemies with squid aliens called the Illuminate. But their derogatory nickname is Squid. Kind of like how, I'm not saying that was right, but kind of like during the Vietnam War, they called Vietnamese gooks. During this World War II, they called Germans Krauts. In Gears of War, they called them grubs, the locusts. Because I think the Illuminati are descended from squid-like creatures on their planet.
Schönen Gruß von der Demokratie!
Bitte geschützt!
I know in French they always say, parlez bonjour pour démocratie. Say hello to democracy. I think in Spanish is habla hola por democracia. What was so annoying about French and Spanish, for American English speaker, you have to learn the different genders of all the different words. Very annoying if you're, But hey, I mean, when you grow up in that culture, you would get used to it totally. But I think German has some of that, but it's not as much as French and Spanish because those are true romantic languages. So I want to tell the few people that might be my fans, I wrote a short science fiction book selling on Amazon for just $3. But it's not about the money; it's about the message. It's only 5,000 words, 16 pages. Just wrote a basic intro, first part. See if there's a market for it. Before I waste time writing 30,000 words plus, I'm gonna just see if there's a market just for it. For this type of story. Alien planet about a veteran, or a tiny locked planet with a stratified and unfair system. Basically, over a very subtle metaphor about America and planet Earth. I had to, but I used the aliens to tell a metaphorical story, tackling racism, woke culture, referencing that their military is run by racist, homosexual weirdos. But anyway, so I just wanted to make a story like that, about a guy that's disillusioned, a veteran that's disillusioned with his world. Of course, it's similar to Mad Max and the Punisher. Two of my favorite characters, Mad Max and the Punisher, definite. A lot of vibes of that. And a little bit of Dune. I've recently become a fan of Dune in the last 5 years. The movies are still somewhat woke, and Zendaya is a terrible actress. I don't care whether you think she's pretty or not. Really, she looks like a skinny little boy to me, but I guess when she really cleans up, she looks okay. But anyway, she's a terrible actress. And they had to wokeify. They couldn't just have it like the book where she just was totally in support of Paul. But it was just, it's just everything in Hollywood now. They cannot have just masculine men and feminine women. They always have to have. Women have to be. They don't need no man, and the smart women always say they need men, but dumb women that buy into the feminist bullshit, they don't need a man. They basically done a number on society with this divide and conquer of the sexes.
Wir benötigen ein Geschütz.
Wir benötigen ein Geschütz.
Bitte Geschütz! Vorne verhalten Vorfahrt. Helldivers sterben nie. Wir benötigen ein Geschütz!
I wish there was a way to check to see how much ammo the turrets have. So they need to add to that.
Sie haben Ihre Pflicht getan. Sie können ehrenhaft evakuieren.
Pelikan 1 nähert sich Abholung.
Let's get out of here.
Countdown läuft. Bereit machen zum Abflug. Evakuierung abgeschlossen. Pelikan 1 hebt nun ab.
It's a good mission.
Außer Zweifel.
And I did a short. I jumped on Stefan Verstappen's live stream recently, and I respect Stefan Verstappen a lot. But it's I wanted to prove to them that there are black men out here that we're well spoken, intelligent, and I'm not advancedly educated yet, but I'm gonna go back to school with my GI Bill eventually. I only have a 2-year degree, little 2-year degree from a country community college back in the day. But, I wanted to prove that, black men, we can be intelligent and thoughtful. All the dumb gangbangers he sees in Canada, just like there's idiot fools. I live with next to one up here in my small house, North Carolina, but it's like, I'm not going to give my exact location, but, it's, I wanted to prove for every dumb black person, there's a smart one. And for every dumb white person, there's a smart one. For every dumb Mexican, there's a smart one. That's not a criminal, all that stuff. So it's just like you have to understand that, that race is really a man-made construct that I believe, according to my research, it really came about during when America started the slave trade, and America and UK started the slave trade heavily in the 1600s, 17th century. So that is that's my opinion on it, So I mean, it is what it is. That's my opinion on it. But it's so I wanted to prove to them that and I really follow the guy named Mr. Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. He's been people are making cartoons of his work. People are because he wrote the book originally in the 70s, and the man's like 93 or 4 years old, the exact age, but he's a black man that's a Korean War veteran that applies logic to defeat the racism problem. And so if you watch his videos, I highly recommend all people watch his videos to give you break down the logic of how to combat racism, and that we live in a white supremacist system. I mean, period. I don't know how white people can sit here and pretend racism don't exist when we blatantly live in a racist system. I saw the military, I see it out here, and Uncle Tomism as well. I mean, Mr. Fuller doesn't like it when other black people call other black people names, but basically, I mean, we basically have to call them out. The Uncle Tomisms, and where they go into law enforcement, where they go into, they're that guy at the, they're at a store, you're just working whatever type of job they can press people at. You blatantly have a lot of racism. I mean, the fact that people understand that the ancient Egyptians were black that built the pyramids, I mean, it blows our minds still to the day. That's up for debate. I mean, what do they think? They think they were Greeks, or they think they were Greeks didn't invade the region until way later in like the 3rd century BCE, and then Arabs, Indo-Europeans, whatever you want to call them, were not even. And that's why the mummy movies of me is such a big insult. It's like racial conquering it's like racial conquest of a person's culture. It's like they did not build they have their feats and achievements. I mean, Arabs can contribute to science and name most of the stars in the sky.
Luftunterstützung!
They made a lot of contributions. Don't get me wrong, but they did not build the pyramids of Giza of Egypt. I mean, to even say that is asinine.
Markiere Position.
Just took out this lab here, see if there's any samples in here.
Markiere Position. Ziel
A lot of
lokalisiert.
dummies in this game
Südöstlich.
run the guard dog, and I understand it does have its benefits, but it makes more defense sense than like a defense mission. I mean, you should be running the shield in most situations. I don't get why guys run the guard dog, which is again friendly fire. It doesn't get all the hunters, or you're playing bugs. Doesn't get all the hunters that are trying to kill you. Hunters are the small bugs that can glide a little bit.
Markiere Karte. Südlich. 100 Meter.
Bin dran.
Bestätige. Danke.
Danke schön.
Fordere einen Adler an.
Angriff im Gange.
Markiere Karte. Nördlich. 100 Meter.
Bitte Luftunterstützung.
Aber 1. Hole Nachschub beim Zerstörer.
Rückaußenposten entdeckt.
Lade neu.
Wir benötigen ein Geschütz. Bitte Geschütz.
Wagtunneldurchbruch. Fordere Verstärkung an. Lade neu. Ihr werdet uns niemals unser Leben diktieren. Mein Bein! Kostet ein wenig Demokratie.
Bitte Geschütz.
Schicke einen Adler rein.
Bitte Luftunterstützung. Hier kommt die Kavallerie.
Bitte Luftunterstützung.
Kommt nur. Nicht!
Positioniere fest. Südlich 300 Meter.
Seltene Probe gesammelt. Bitte Luftunterstützung.
Verstärkung.
Letztes Nachladen.
Markiere Karte. Südwestlich. In der Nähe.
Running for my life from all these damn bugs.
Positioniere Pin. Östlich. 200 Meter. Bitte Walker.
Missionsfortschritt notiert.
Schwer. Südlich. In der Nähe.
So that's what I want to get off my chest. You know, just the whole thing of these people that want to perform the government, it's just asinine to me. I mean, what are they even talking about? You're not fixing a corrupt system like this that's been corrupt this long. We need to vote the right people in. Give me a break. You wouldn't even make it to the fucking. You wouldn't even make it if a legitimate person tried to get on the ballot. They wouldn't even make it to the fucking ballot box. I mean, not to the ballot. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. They wouldn't even make it to get elected.
Ich gehe ans Terminal.
Seltene Probe gesammelt.
Lade nach. Ich gehe ans Terminal.
Außenposten zerstört.
Schwer. Südöstlich. In der Nähe.
Noch 30 Minuten für die Mission.
Erbitte Geschütz.
Pin dran.
Kennzeichne Position. Vergesse. Südlich.
Markiere Karte. Nordwestlich. Weit weg.
There's a certain rock that you go to that has a special samples, and it's easy samples that upgrade your ship. And most upgrades are not even that good, so I'm not even worried about it. Probably got most upgrades. Playing this game almost a year.
Markiere Karte. Westlich. 200 Meter.
Well, my friend Mr. Hate Vicious, he hates cops too. My friend Mr. Hate Vicious, he's currently He's just getting back from Vegas. He went to Vegas for his last AVN. He was a amateur porn producer, and he was making good money. He was finding a way to use his sexuality as a straight male to make money, right? But now there's no more money in that type of stuff. I thought about doing it, but when I found out there's no money in it, I basically gave up on that dream. So I'm not going to do any man-on-man activity. They put on a dress or not. And the women, man, they went to low end, they went 1,000. The high end, they went 2K. It's ridiculous what they asked for today. Just to film a sex scene. But I get, does the double standard in life, and whether you like it or not, it ruins a woman's reputation to do that. And typically, if you're doing straight porn as a man, no one gives a shit. But men, we know how to do shit. And strong-willed men, now little punk-ass punk motherfuckers, they give a fuck what people think. But man, you shouldn't really give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck what people think about me anyway. At the, I don't even give a fuck who you are. Like, why do I care what you think about me? I hate bugs. In real life, too. People can be like, oh, the bugs are the most successful things on the planet. They got over 30 million species of bug. I don't give a fuck. Disgusting ass creatures. How's that thing attacking me? The Impaler was dead. How is he attacking me? I saw the movie. I mean, I don't get why was that just a marketing strategy it was not last summer. It was summer before last. They called it Barbenheimer because the movie Oppenheimer and the movie Barbie came at the same time. I don't understand why they called it Barbenheimer. I don't get it. Other than the movies came out around the same time, I don't get it. Oppenheimer. That Nolan. I'm hitting. Christopher Nolan is hit and miss with me as a director. Sometimes he makes something like his best movie, in my opinion, is Inception, and after that's Memento. I think The Dark Knight is just okay, And I know that's blasphemy to a lot of fanboys, but I think Batman Begins is really his best Batman movie. Then Dark Knight is after that, just for the Joker stuff. And some of the Batman stuff was okay. The Skyhook, there were some cool Batman moments, but overall, Batman felt like way weaker than he is in the comics. But of course, no one's like, "Oh, they have to be realistic." I'm like, why the fuck are you not making Batman realistic? I don't get it. It's like same thing they did with James Bond. I don't get like Tom Cruise. He doesn't make the Mission Impossible movies that realistic. Like, but he does it on stunts, but there's still ridiculous stunts in the stuff that would never spy would never do that type. Spies don't do that type of stuff in real life. But James Bond, why are you trying to make James Bond about a British spy? Then they made James Bond basically he was flirting with the villain, the male villain in Skyfall, who was a former agent of their MI6 or whatever James Bond works for. But I gotta say, Mission Impossible is a better series. Now it's getting a little long in the tooth and it's convoluted plot as ever. But I gotta give it to Mission Impossible as the better series.
Die Freiheit schreitet voran, dank Ihnen. Sie können jetzt evakuieren.
Schönen Gruß von der Demokratie! Letztes Nachladen!
Außenposten geräumt.
Positioniere Pin. Nordöstlich. Weit weg. Positioniere Pin. Nordöstlich. Weit weg.
Evakuierung verfügbar. Noch 20 Minuten für die Mission.
Was gefunden? Probe gesammelt. Seltene Probe gesammelt.
Hope the stream is coming out good for you guys, but I probably only got a few people watching anyway. Cool, Sam.
Seltene Probe gesammelt.
I don't know what he said there in German, but I'm not as good at German as in languages I've forgotten.
Markiere Karte. Südwestlich, in der Nähe.
Hab was gefunden. Bin dran.
Positioniere Pin.
Markiere Position.
Nordwestlich. 100 Meter.
Bin dran. Schicke einen Adler rein.
Magazin leer.
Markiere Position.
Bitte Luftunterstützung.
Südwestlich.
Fordere Orbitalschlag an. Fertig, Demokratie.
Bin dran.
Seltene Probe gesammelt.
Evakuierung möglich, sobald ihr bereit seid.
Markiere Karte. Östlich. 200 Meter.
Schicke einen Adler rein.
Hier kommt die Kavallerie. Kennzeichne Position. Egal. Erledigt.
Ja, bitte Luftunterstützung. Freiheit für immer.
Aber eins. Hole Nachschub. Bis
Verstärkung.
gleich.
They drove right into my bomb there.
Tunnel-Durchbruch. Schicke einen Adler rein.
Fordere Verstärkung an.
Probe gesammelt.
Anfrage bestätigt. Shuttle im Anflug.
Nicht heute! Werfe Vorratsmarke!
Ankunftszeit T-1 Minute.
Magazin leer! Kostet ein wenig Demokratie!
Ankunftszeit T-30 Sekunden. Ankunftszeit T-20 Sekunden. Ankunftszeit T-10 Sekunden. Hier ist Pelikan 1. Ich kann die Evakuierungszone sehen. Pelikan 1 setzt zum Landen an. Passt auf, wo ihr steht. Für die Freiheit! Countdown läuft. Bereit machen zum Abflug. Evakuierung abgeschlossen. Pelikan 1 hebt nun ab.
Unser Sieg stand außer Zweifel.
Didn't get the stalker nest. Those little sons of bitches. They love to hit you with their tongue and ragdoll you. Trump ain't going to war, no cartel.
Hope it's working. Okay, it is working. Okay, I checked out my phone. It's working. Okay, I mean, this is just gonna be a.
Gute Arbeit, so viele Proben zu sammeln.
Trump ain't going to war, no cartel. Give me a break.
Missionskoordinaten festgelegt.
This is my last mission, and I'm gonna end in live stream.
Verbündeter zerstören. Aktiviere Orbitaldüsen. Orbit synchronisiert.
Helldivers sind dazu bereit, zum Schutz unserer Freiheit ihr Leben zu geben.
We'll get both objectives. You take one, I take the other. I'll call SOS.
Start initiiert.
Vorwärts, Helldiver. Die Feinde sollen auf Schritt und Tritt über die Kadaver ihrer Kameraden stolpern.
200 Meter. Fordere Unterstützungswaffe an.
I got my friend, good pal there, Low Key T, watching us. That's the only thing for a guy on here right now.
Markiere Karte, südöstlich, 200 Meter. Schicke einen Adler rein!
Genieß Freiheit.
Freiheit verbreitet.
Positioniere Pin, westlich, weit weg.
Probe gesammelt. Seltene Probe gesammelt. Siehst du?
Helldiver, du bist außerhalb des Missionsgebiets.
Lade nach!
Was gefunden? Seltene Probe gesammelt. Hab eine Probe.
Ziel lokalisiert, südwestlich, 100 Meter. Markschwarm! Erbinde Luftunterstützung!
Angriff im Gange. Bis gleich.
Lade nach!
Terminitschwarmnest zerstört.
SOS! SOS! Lade nach!
Hastet ein wenig Demokratie.
Tunnel durchbruch! Erbitte Orbitalschlag!
Verbündeter Zerstörer nun im Geschwader. Helldiver-Einsatz im Kampfgebiet.
Lade neu! Schönen Gruß von der Demokratie!
Aber 1 einsatzbereit.
Fordere Unterstützungswaffe an!
Außenposten zerstört.
Lade neu! Freiheit!
Essentielle Taktikausrüstung verfügbar.
Fordere Höllenbombe an! Ich sehe ein Terminal!
Nördlich.
Höllenbombe scharf! Gebiet räumen!
Verbündeter Zerstörer nun im Geschwader. Helldiver trifft ein.
Erwarte Taktikpaket. Erbitte stärkere Waffen.
Terminitschwarmnest zerstört.
Hab was gefunden.
Anfrage bestätigt. Verstärkung wurde losgeschickt.
Zeigt mir den Feind!
Ihre Pin. Südwestlich. 200 Meter. Markiere Karte. Südöstlich. 50 Meter.
Markiere Karte. Südlich. In der Nähe.
Hab was gefunden.
Positioniere Pin. Südwestlich. 200 Meter.
Yeah, Trump ain't gonna go to. It said this bunch of bullshit when he first got selected in the rig selection. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna give all these guys the death penalty." It is a bunch of bullshit.
Sekundärziel nahe eurer Position.
I mean, if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you. Beachfront property in Kansas City. So I mean,
Essentielle Taktikausrüstung verfügbar. Noch 30 Minuten für die Mission.
Erbitte Ausrüstung für Ziel. Ich bin am Terminal. Lade neu. Seltene Probe gesammelt. Paket gefunden. Ich gehe ans Terminal. Paket gefunden. Seltene Probe gesammelt. Ich gehe ans Terminal. Lade nach.
Einen Schritt näher an der Erfüllung der Mission.
Hab was gefunden.
Markiere Karte. Südöstlich. Weit weg. Neue Probe gesammelt. Letztes Nachladen.
Niemand überlebt den Müller. Hab eine Probe. Ja, bitte Luftunterstützung.
Schicke einen Adler rein. Kommt nur. Nehmt Gas! Lade neu. Vordere Orbitalschlag.
Orbitalschlag abgefeuert.
Vordere Vorleser.
Ja, bitte stärkere Waffen. Lade nach.
Man, the fact this guy did the parody of Helldivers and he put the army song in there was hilarious. But I mean, Helldivers is actually a conservative game. You know, there's no references to the rainbow movement or nothing in here, which is like Starship Troopers. That came out in '97, but that was before. It was always behind the scenes, but like I always said, it's European culture, homosexuality. But it's like it wasn't in your face yet.
Markiere Karte. Südöstlich. 200 Meter.
Evakuierung verfügbar.
Ja, bitte Luftunterstützung.
Außenposten geräumt.
Markiere Karte. Nordöstlich. 100 Meter. Lade nach. Kostet ein wenig. Nachschwarm entdeckt. Vorbereiten auf Vernichtung.
Bitte Luftunterstützung.
Evakuierung möglich, sobald ihr bereit seid.
Lade nach!
Außenposten zerstört.
Kostet ein wenig Demokratie.
Positioniere Pin. Nordöstlich.
Where is he?
Fordere Orbitalschlag an.
Bitte Orbitalschlag!
Fordere Fahrzeug an. Badtunnel-Durchbruch.
Schön Gruß von der Demokratie!
Schicke einen
Positioniere
Adler
Pin.
rein.
Nordöstlich. Weit weg.
Verstanden. Orbitalschlag! Wagaußenposten entdeckt! Vorbereiten auf Vernichtung!
Schicke einen Adler rein!
Eine Trachtfreiheit.
It's gonna be good. Haha.
Außenposten geräumt. Fordere Verstärkung an!
Fordere Unterstützungswaffe an. Markiere Karte. Nördlich. 100 Meter.
Bitte Luftunterstützung!
Evakuierung möglich, sobald ihr bereit
Adler
seid.
1. Hole Nachschub. Bis gleich. Hab was gefunden.
Schwer. Nordöstlich. 50 Meter.
Orbitalschlag.
Lade nach! Letztes Nachladen! Ihr werdet uns niemals unser Leben diktieren. Lade nach!
Probe.
Kennzeichne Position. Nördlich.
Taktikausrüstung im näheren Umfeld.
Paket gefunden. Lege Paket ab.
Paket gefunden!
Lege Paket ab.
Paket gefunden! Paket wird abgelegt!
Paket gefunden. Lege Paket ab. Paket gefunden.
Lege Paket ab!
Paket gefunden. Bin am Terminal.
Seltene Probe gesammelt! Hab eine Probe! Fordere Evakuierung an!
Evakuierungsshuttle im Anflug.
Siehst du das?
Erbitte Walker!
Ankunftszeit T-1 Minute 30 Sekunden.
Yeah, Trump is a clown. Anyone that believes that Trump is going to save you, I mean, you got to be a fucking fool.
Ankunftszeit T-1 Minute. Ankunftszeit T-30 Sekunden.
It's like El Paso.
Ankunftszeit T-20 Sekunden. Ankunftszeit T-10 Sekunden. Pelikan 1, ich kann die Evakuierungszone sehen. Für die Demokratie.
Ziel lokalisiert.
Pelikan 1 bereit zum Abflug. Shuttle-Start in 20 Sekunden. Das Budget ist aufgebraucht. Evakuierung abgeschlossen. Pelikan 1 hebt nun ab.
Sie haben auf dem langen Weg zur Freiheit ein weiteres Etappenziel erreicht.
These motherfuckers off a mic. Good mission. Wish I got more samples, but hey. Look, we got no super. Yeah, we got 19 commons, 17 super rares. I mean, no, 17 normal rares, no super rares. But I pretty much got everything unlocked anyway. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It was fun, man. I mean, these shills on YouTube, they make a lot of money streaming games. I might as well just take my hobby and stream it. Right now, I'm working at group home. Some of the kids there, they're into one's into Spider-Man, but the other one, he's only into sports games. And I'm like, I have never, even back in the military, I was like playing sports games and training. And the guys, they would beat my butt in sports games because I'm not good at them.
Die Freiheit
Verbündeter
sucht
Zerstörer
ihre
hat
Heimat.
Geschwader verlassen.
Helldiver, schön, Sie an Bord zu haben.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, yeah, I just want to rant real quick, and my channel is pretty much, dead now. But I'm basically getting off YouTube because like, there's no point, and I won't get I'm shadow banned anyway. So that's pretty much it. It's good. That was a fun mission. I'm tired now. It's 2 p.m. here Eastern. It's 2 a.m. here Eastern time. 0200, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, see y'all later. See y'all when I see ya. But YouTube's I'm pretty much giving up on YouTube.